weapons. Now, for the past few days, I have been obsessively playing Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and I noticed, wow, there are a lot of weapons in this game, aren't there? Like the big pointy stick thing, and the stick and string launcher, and the bug shaky stick. Wow, there's a lot of them. Woo! So I've been thinking, hey, there's a lot of video game weapons out there. I mean, pow, whoosh, wachow! Most video games seem to have at least one. But what are the best? What are the worst? What are the most effective, and what are the most hilariously disappointing? Well, we're here to find out. So now, in no particular order, here's the top 5 best and top 5 worst video game weapons. Now, while judging these weapons, I found that they could all fall somewhere on this graph here, where the axes are design and combat effectiveness. Now, the best designs are going to fall somewhere along this line here, and the worst are going to generally fall into these areas around here, where they might be so over-designed that they become impractical, so under-designed or overpowered that they become uninteresting, or just all-around bad weapons. I also decided to limit each list to one weapon per franchise, so let's get it on. Number 5 worst, the Needler from Halo. The aptly named Needler. You know, they weren't even trying to hide what this weapon is. Now, the Needler can actually be kind of an effective weapon in the later installations of Halo, if your target holds absolutely still. But there's not enough ammo in the darn thing to compensate for the impossibility of getting that dead-on aim. The design is cool enough, but that's what makes it so much more disappointing. I want to use this weapon, but it was designed to bug your enemies and not kill them. And killing is pretty much the name of the game in Halo. Ugh. This weapon gives me PTS to long family car rides. Number 5 best, the Hidden Blade from Assassin's Creed. Shaka! Slice! Whatcha! Right in the neck! So I always thought that the Assassins just had the sweetest fashion sense. Yeah, you work in that cape! But no, dear gamers! The inside of that cape is a velvety red, not because it looks amazing, but because it soaks up and disguises all of the blood of Ezio's wasted motherfuckers. This weapon is both beautiful and deadly, the signature weapon of the Assassin's Guild in the Assassin's Creed series. The blade is concealed, making the stealthy assassination possible. And the strike is so quick that the assassin can reconceal themselves before anyone knows what happened. Quick and clean, it brings the beauty to efficiency. I mean, just look at that detailing. If I was wearing that around, I would be the worst assassin ever because I would have the hardest time not trying to show it off to everybody. Number 4 worst, the single banana peel from Mario Kart. Now this weapon is probably the worst part about being in the lead in Mario Kart. Number 1, you just know that at any second you could be blue shell, and these things are all you seem to get. And what can you even do with it? It makes an awful shield to drag around, it barely registers as a distraction if you leave it behind you, and if you throw it in front, well, let's just say I've made that mistake one too many times. Even the single green turtle shell is better than this thing. And don't those words taste bitter coming out of my mouth. Number 4 best, the energy sword from Halo.
First strike!
Oh, that's the good stuff. A sleek, futuristic design that blends the organic with the artificial. The flowing design marries beautifully to the rigid and compact aesthetic of the future technologies in the Halo universe. I can't think of a single fan of the Halo series who didn't wet themselves at the thought of stepping into the shoes of the Arbiter with this crackling beauty. It's pretty much an automatic kill if you're any good at Halo, which I am not. This weapon spawned entire gaming sessions of friends berserking each other into itty-bitty tiny pieces. People hurling themselves across entire arenas. An automatic win if I do say so myself. Number 3 worst, Mr. Saturn from the Super Smash series. Yes, I know he's good for breaking shields, but think about this for a second. What are the odds that you are going to use him the split second a person is using their shield? Come on, that requires a level of expertise that no one is wasting their time perfecting. I mean, you can throw him at opponents, right? Yeah, with the resulting damage being similar to that one time you bumped into a brick wall. But hey, if you're a self-proclaimed Smash expert, then you're probably playing with the items turned off anyway. So, yeah. Number 3 best? The Celestial Brush from Okami. Imagine stopping time, drawing up a quick sketch, and then seeing your art have an immediate effect on the world around you. I'm sure we all went through a phase like that where we wished that our artwork could change the world. That is what the Celestial Brush in Okami allows. There is a shocking amount of power in this simple brush, and a design that looks like the calligraphy tool of the gods, stylistically calling out to traditional Asian artistic styles. It has a wide variety of mythical uses. In an instant, it can turn night into day, attack and defend against enemies, or drastically change the quality of life around you. Beautiful, elegant, and meta. An interesting combination to an interesting weapon. Number 2 worst, the Giant's Knife from The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Nintendo, why do you hate me? All I ever did was love you, and all you do is punish me in return. Why, Nintendo? Why? This weapon is just cruel punishment for anyone playing Ocarina of Time. It looks like the Bigoron sword. It requires both hands to operate even when broken, and it costs 200 rupees to get replaced. And yet it breaks almost instantly. Look at this guy's smug face. He knows what's going on. Look at that stupid grin. I'm on to you. So you go and get it replaced. Bing, 200 more rupees. So then it breaks again. And then you go get it replaced. Bing, 200 more rupees. Then it breaks again. So you go get it replaced. Bing, 200 more rupees. So you go and get it. They're stairs. Bing, 200 more rupees. So then it breaks again. They're cold, meticulous, yet scornful. Always Nintendo. Always Nintendo. Number 2 best, Hair from Bayonetta. What's better than a single well-designed and efficient weapon? How about one that becomes a whole bunch of well-designed and efficient weapons? Her hair assumes the form of demons, and each design is the definition of swagger. Amazing S&M outfit? Bam. Monster swallowing dragon head? Bam. The flyest pair of high heels? Sweet lord, that is a fashionable bam right there. Yes, I know it's ironically fetishistic, but there's still gonna be people getting off to it, and I'm still gonna find it fly as hell. Yeah, girl, you working them gun heels. Dishonorable mentions. Number 1 worst, the Clob from GoldenEye 007. This one is placed at number 1 for the different levels of insult that it brings. So yeah, it's just a regular gun design, so it's already losing points in the creativity field. But in terms of effectiveness, it was weak, slow, and the bane of anyone who loved GoldenEye back in the days of N64. This gun acts as a straight-up insult to Nintendo of America's Ken Lobb, who was a pivotal part in helping the game through its development, and was thanked with his name forever being remembered as one of the worst weapons in video game history. He ended up leaving Nintendo, supposedly for a reason unrelating to the Clob, but man, I feel so bad for that guy. I mean, how many times do you think he's had to deal with people slinging crap his way because of that? My sympathies, friend. Honorable mentions. Number 1 best, the Master Sword from Legend of Zelda. Originality. This is a beautiful sword that is instantly recognizable around the world. It's pretty rare to find a gamer who doesn't know the Master Sword like right off the bat. This is the Sword of Evil's bane that we quest to find in order to save the princess and save the world. It has been shown to give its wielder the ability to travel through time and seal away various evils. It has a mostly traditional sword design, though maybe a bit bulkier than it should be, but up close the detailing and runic iconography give it an eye-catching design. This sword looks like it descended from on high to smite the evils of the world. It's a design that tells a deeper and more complex story the more you study it. It's surrounded by a time-expansive lore and a wide array of abilities, making it number 1 on my list. Well, that was my list of the top 5 best and top 5 worst video game weapons. Was there one that you think should have been on this list that wasn't? Well, let me know about it down in the comments section. I'm actually really curious to hear your opinions on the matter. And if you liked what you saw, like, comment, subscribe. Anything you want to do. It really helps me out. And as always, see you next time. Breaks again, so then you go and get it fixed. Bing, 200 more rupees. Then it breaks again, so you go and get it fixed. Bing, 200 more rupees. I choked myself with that one.